Greetings and welcome to Education and More's Learn Python 3 Programming at a Snail's Pace. My name is Marcus Gardner and I'm the instructor for this course. In today's video, we're going to learn about strings. Okay? Alright, so strings are formed either by double quote, or single quote, single quote. So what does that mean? Well, let's go ahead and get started here. Bring up your Notepad++ or whatever it is you use for your text file. Hit your File, New, and then File, Save As. Okay, and let's see. Let's put it, I think I put it into Programming Python 3. Yep, Lesson 2. And then hit here for P and then go down to Python file, hit enter and click save. Alright, now so print, one of the most famous sentences in all of the programming books, hello world. Okay, so again we start with a double quote, we end with a double quote. You can also do how are you with single quotes. Okay, and let's hit the save button here. And now we, again, to do the Python environment, we're going to right click on this tab here and we're going to open containing folder in CMD. Okay, so now we're going to type in the word Python and then lesson2.py. Okay, all right, hello world and how are you? All right, now first question, why do you think that Python made it possible for both double quote and single quotes to become strings? I'm not going to tell you the answer. I want you to think about it. I will give you a hint though. If you don't want the hint, pause the video. Okay, that should be long enough for you to pause the video. The hint is pretend that you are a writer, a novel writer, okay, with people talking in your novel. And let's say one page is your string. Can you see why you would need to double quote and single quotes? Okay. Yes, there are going to be problems that we'll discuss those in a little bit later on in another video, not in this video. But for right now, anything inside the double quotes or anything inside the single quotes, we can print. Okay. There will be a problem. For example, if I had another double quote in here or another single quote in here, that will be a problem. We'll discuss that later. But for right now, we're just going to make it nice and simple with double quotes and single quotes and anything inside except for the double quote and single quote. So again, why do you think they allowed both? Okay. All right. But anyway, let's go on. Next. Commas can be used to combine strings and numbers for printing. Well, let me give you an example what that is. For example, you could say, I am 105, no, I'm 106 this year, years old. Okay? Without the comma, you can't do that. Well, without putting in a string also. Okay, I could put I am 106 years old as one string. Okay, so anyway, I hit save and then I go back here to this window and I can use the up arrow key and just hit enter. Okay, now the comma will add a space, which is why I did not put a space here. If I put a space here and a space here, well, I'm going to get 2 extra spaces. And let's take a look. Okay, there we go. 2 extra spaces. So remember, a comma always puts a space. Okay? All right. Two strings can be combined to produce another string with the plus operator. That one is very neat, okay? But notice I said two strings. I did not say a string and number, okay? It does not work between the two, okay? Let me show you an example here. Bring up the right window, that is. There we go. Print hello plus world. Okay, and let's save that, and up arrow key, hello world. It puts it together with no spaces. Now if you wanted space, you could put a space in that one or that one. It doesn't matter. Okay, that will add the space that you need. And there it says hello world with the space. Okay, so remember, plus is used to add two strings and two strings only. Okay, cannot add a string and a number. Let me show you an example. Print hello plus 5. Cannot concatenate. Concatenate means put together a string, not int, to a string. Okay, I'm sorry, can only concatenate string, not an integer, to string. Now, Python does a pretty good job of telling you exactly what the problem is, but sometimes you can't understand its verbiage, okay? Or maybe it doesn't know exactly where the error is. We'll talk more about that later, okay? But for right now, just remember, string has to go with string. Now, of course, you can put two numbers together with a plus, and it's just your addition. We call this overloading, okay? Because plus is for addition, but now it's also used for adding strings together, okay? But anyway, so we can't do this. So I'm going to comment this out. This little pound sign here says comment out. Normally, we use the pound sign to tell what our program or what our function is going to do. Okay. Now, why would you need that? Well, let's say you become a programmer for a company. Yay. And you're writing a program. Well, you have maybe the document that says what the program is going to do. Well, what happens in 5 years' time? They want to make a modification to your program. So someone is going to look at your program, and then they're going to say, what's this do? Well, that's where you can use your comments to say what this program does. It's to help future programmers. Okay? So it's very valuable to use at the beginning of a program to tell what the program does. And then also in functions to describe what the little function does. Now, you don't do it for each line. You only do it for major functions. Okay, we'll talk about what functions are later. But what I mean is for the comments will not be executed by Python. So remember we had that error before. Now we're not going to have an error because it says, oh, it's just a comment. I'm going to ignore it. Okay? All right, next. So now I have some homework for you on the website, okay? getthesolution.com/YouTube. All right. Now, there is one problem on there that I think you're going to have trouble with, and that's the one that has the 33.0, okay? So I want you to take a look and think about that. How am I going to get that? So I don't want to give the solution. Again, please don't give the solution on YouTube, all right? Hints are okay, but don't give solutions. If need be, I'll write some hints later, but I want to give everybody a shot to try to see if they can pull that one out, okay? Pull that one off, rather. Okay, but again, this is a very short video. But there's a lot of things you can do with strings and numbers, and the homework is to make sure that you can actually do that, okay? All right. Please try the homework, and if you have any trouble, please post some comments in YouTube, and maybe some people gives you some hints, or they can help you. But remember, no solutions on YouTube. Feel free to contact other people to get extra help if you need it, okay? All right. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.